I am not a good fisherman. I've been fishing a bunch, and I'm like 0-6 of times I've tried to catch fish, and today I learned that this helps me be a better listener. So I took a road trip across the country with my listening table, and I stopped in New Jersey, where I was staying with the family of one of my best friends, and his dad is a fishing boat captain. We'd been texting for days about how excited he was to get me on the water so we could share in the enjoyment of catching a fish, and I presumably gut it and eat it right there and have the best tasting meal of my life because of the accomplishment of catching an animal with a string and a hook and doing the manly thing. So the day finally arrives. I wake up in the morning, throw on a bucket hat, and we speedboat across the water of New Jersey somewhere that Captain Doug has scouted out in advance. It's a beautiful day, and I am so glad not to have to spend it in the van. I tell Captain Doug I'm excited to catch my first fish, but he should be warned because I have terrible luck. We pull up to some random part of the water where the fish are supposed to be, and he shows me how to throw the rod and tells me to bounce the lure against the bottom of the water and the fish, so the radar is where they're supposed to be, and if the lure moves with the bait, and then here we are throwing the lure into the water. Hours go by, and we move from one spot to the next, and nothing is biting. There's gotta be fish here, Doug says over and over. They're on the radar. And we were out here just last week and caught a ton of fish. Every once in a while, he sees one on the radar, and we all throw our lures at it, and he says, "Oh, that's weird. I guess they're not biting today." And he apologizes to me a bunch of times. But what Doug doesn't yet agree with is that I'm okay being on a boat, and I don't really need to catch a fish or deal with killing it, and I'm very okay just hanging out on the boat and eating the sandwich we brought and drinking water and taking a nap, and that's exactly what we do for the next 4 or 5 hours. Eventually, Doug grabs one out of the water, and it's a flounder. And you're not allowed to catch flounders right now, so he throws it back so that the game wardens don't come out and tell him that he can't be a captain of a boat anymore. So how does this relate to listening? Well, there are a lot of times when you want a conversation to go a certain way. You want someone to tell you juicy gossip, or to have a good take on a controversial topic, or have a deep conversation with you, or have someone ask you a bunch of questions about yourself, or tell an incredible story, or give you something entertaining. It's kind of like catching a fish, and when I sit down at my listening table in public, I feel like Captain Doug felt when I bring a silent observer to the table, because I want someone to come and share something profound or relatable so the observer can come away feeling like, wow, what an incredible experience. My life is forever changed because of this. It's happened before, but it doesn't happen every time. And even the last time I took my table out with the silent observer, I found myself saying that normally people come by and talk way more, and I almost apologized for her having this kind of experience. And she just tells me it's fine, and that she enjoyed sitting out on the beach and would come again anytime, but I wasn't listening to her because I wanted her to feel the feeling of catching a fish. I felt like I was letting her down even though I knew the fish are totally out of my control, and the people who are walking by will only stop by if they want to. And this is how I learned that listening is a lot like fishing. Sometimes you catch a fish, and if you don't, you just have to remember that you love being out on the water in the first place. Thanks for listening, and have a great listening day. And if you like this video, please like it, because this is the first time I've done something like this, and I'd love to do it some more. See you again next time.